the Trinity County Attorney, Joe Warner Bell. Yes, sir.
Let's see if you can hear me. Okay. For those who don't know, I'm Joe Warner Bell. I'm the County Attorney of Trinity County. Have been for 42 years. I've been a prosecutor even longer than that. But I was a city attorney for a short time. Also served on the school board in Trinity for a while. The laws of Texas, the law of Texas, and the Code of Ethics for prosecutors says the duty of a prosecutor is not to convict, but to see that justice is done. And that takes a lot of thought on every case, because you have to measure what is justice for the victims and their families, or the defendants and their families, and what is justice for the community. I've been doing this a long time. I can even state that I'm prosecuting people now who I prosecuted their grandparents. I know who are the crime families in Trinity County. Benny's getting to get acquainted with the crime families in Trinity County. I know the background of lots of them. When they get to adult criminal court, I usually know whether or not they've been juveniles or CPS children. And that's two areas where I practice. I try cases every week in district court, because that's where most of my cases are heard. I try the CPS cases every other week. That's in 411th District Court. I try cases every other week, alternate weeks, in the 258th Court. And those are protective orders for people who have been abused by their kin, loved ones, and for juveniles who are criminals in apprenticeship. But that is not the main part of the county attorney's job. Benny prosecutes the felony criminals, and he does it excellently. He's probably very adept at it because he's had good training. He works hard at it. I prosecute the misdemeanors, the juveniles. I do mental health cases. I do CPS cases because they are very important to protect the children who've been abused and neglected. And because the system's set up where in Trinity County is that the county court hears misdemeanors and probate and small civil cases. Everything else goes to district court. So that's where I'm practicing all the time. But that's not the big deal. The agency that runs the county is the Commissioner's Court. I have attended almost or about 500 Commissioner's Court sessions. I don't think there's any, I know the total commissioners that's sitting now have never attended that many. I don't think there's a commissioner who has ever attended that. And I don't mean I come in to talk about one agenda item. I sit through basically the entire session of the Commissioner's Court, so that they have a question about the law, procedure, roads, budget, anything, they can ask me and they can get an answer then. But I also answer questions from all the other elected officials all the time. I don't have one call a day. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 calls from elected officials who have questions about what to do here, what to do there. Can I do this? Can I do that? That's what I do. And then I missed a Commissioner's Court meeting one time. It was in 1978. And the next day, the county judge, Albert Hudson, says, "Oh, by the way, Joe, we elected you to the board of directors of BP's Texas Council of Governments," which is the Council of Governments and Economic Development District. I am the senior director on the board of directors of BP's Council of Governments. And they provide criminal justice, funds, law enforcement training, housing for poor people, and help in disasters. And they run the 911 system, at least in the sense that they provide funding and have a backup system when the fires goes out. I hope you vote for me again and again. This is the last time I want to ask you to vote for me for county attorney. This is my last one. Please give me a, I want to thank you.